And let them be nice and wide, bringing the legs into a V. And taking the hands together, clasping the fingers, and start to churn. Imagine that you're churning this big vat. You're holding onto a ladle and you're making circles with your fists, like you're holding on to this big ladle. Churning the vat. So being gentle with your movement. And noticing where you might have some hitches. We're going to reverse the direction. So just taking those clasped hands and imagining that you're stirring this giant vat, churning butter. Very old-fashioned thing that may be coming more into fashion. And then release that, bringing the legs together. And we're going to do a rowing motion. So imagine that you're holding onto some oars here. Arms are neutral, relax the shoulders. And then imagine that you're rowing, this rowing movement. So we're moving the hands in a circle, a large circle, and moving the body, the torso with that. Only as much as you feel comfort in the movement. So this can be very small. Keep it in a range of motion that works for your body. And then we're going to reverse the movement of that. And then coming back to neutral. Take a couple breaths. And then we'll make our way onto hands and knees. Again, as usual, use a blanket under the knees if you are feeling that your kneecaps are driving into the floor, or you can fold your mat on top of itself for some extra padding underneath the knees. Whatever works for you. And we're going to do some cat and cow posture, flowing with the breath. Exhale, round the back, look at the knees. Inhale, flip the tailbone up, drop the belly and look forward. Flowing with the breath. Exhales, rounding into cat posture. Inhales, dropping the belly into cow. Feeling the whole belly hang off the spine. Exhale, round the back. Reaching up and widening the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Deepen the breath, connecting the movement to the breath. And back to neutral. Turn the toes under, sit back towards the heels, lift the hips up into downward dog, pedal the feet. Waking up the backs of the legs. Waking up the hips. Come up onto tippy toes, reach from the hands right up through the tailbone. Bend the knees, lengthen the spine. And then slowly, slowly begin to drop the heels and straighten the legs to the degree that is comfortable for you. Nice long spine. Flip the tailbone up, reach the sits bones back to the wall behind you.
Deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, side out. Three of them. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And walk the feet forward to the front of your mat. Press into both feet, reach out and up overhead. Lengthen as you look up. Hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back. Drop the knee, drop the hips, lift the chest. Pause the breath. Step into plank posture. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Slide forward onto the belly, tuck the elbows, lift the chest. And press up and back into downward dog. Deepen the breath. Lengthen the spine. Reach the sits bones back to the wall behind you. Long, deep inhale, long, deep exhale. Next inhale, right foot comes forward to the front of the mat. Exhale, left foot forward. Press strongly into both feet, reach out and up overhead. Lengthen as you look up. And exhale, straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Drop the knee, drop the hips, lift the chest. Pause the breath, stepping into plank posture. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Slide forward onto the belly, tuck the elbows, lift the chest. Press up and back into downward dog. Deepen the breath. At any point, downward dog, if the downward dog feels too intense for you, you can drop the knees into puppy, taking some of the pressure off of the wrists and the shoulders. Or you can also take child's posture, sitting back towards the heels. At any point, if that's what your body needs, listen to your body. Next, inhale, left foot comes forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, reach out and up overhead, lengthen as you look up. And hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, right foot back. Drop the knee, drop the hips, lift the chest. Pausing, step into plank posture, and then exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Slide onto the belly, tuck the elbows to the sides, lift the chest. And this time, let's sit back into child's posture. Setting the buttocks towards the heels, round the back. Sinking down towards the floor. Next, inhale, right foot comes forward. Stepping that right foot forward. Next, exhale, left foot comes forward, forward fold. Bend the knees and slowly come up into a chair, rolling up into a chair posture, arms out front. Draw those shoulders back and down. Look down and see if you can see your toes. And try to shift your weight into the heels a little bit more. Shoulders down and relaxed. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other in the back. Becoming aware of that back body. Exhale, fold forward. Let the feet be hips distance apart if they're not already. Allowing room for the belly and the body. Press into both feet. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Press into both feet strongly, reach out and up overhead, lengthen as you look up. Straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Drop the knee, drop the hips, lift the chest. Stepping into plank posture, exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Slide forward onto the belly, tuck the elbows, lift the chest. Press up and back into downward dog, puppy, or child posture. Next inhale, left foot comes forward. Drop the knee, drop the hips, lift the chest. Right foot forward. Bend the knees, rounding into another chair posture. So lifting the chest, looking forward, arms come out in front. Rock into the heels a little bit more. So more pressure pressing into the heels. See if you can tuck that tailbone a little bit. Draw the shoulders back, activating your spinal column. Feeling that back body. Exhale, fold forward. Take the fingers and drag them in an arc from side to side, relaxing the lower back, softening anything that's tense or tight. Bring the hands to the hips. Slowly coming back up to standing. And release the arms at the side. Deep inhale, lengthen up to the crown. Deep exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. So you can close the eyes or softly look at the floor. Soft gaze. And deepen the breath. Let's take the right foot back, stepping back with the right foot. So the feet are perpendicular and your heels are in line with each other, roughly in line with each other. A good 3.5 feet apart, so a nice wide stance. Square your hips out to that side. So your left foot is pointed towards the front of your mat. Your right foot is pointed towards the side of your mat. So we're going to take the right arm straight up overhead, and we're going to keep that arm alongside the ear as we slide the left hand down the left leg. So keeping the right arm alongside the right ear as we slide down, only as far as feels comfortable for you. So this could be a halfway. Just finding the place where you have comfort. So we're trying to get a stretch through the side rather than the classical triangle posture, Trikonasana. We're going to keep that arm alongside the ear, so side stretch variation of triangle posture. Think about pressing down into the right heel, opening that right hip bone, pressing it back, keeping the hips squared out to this side of your mat. Pressing strongly into both feet. Lengthen the spine, lengthening through the crown. Try pressing the shoulders down away from the ears. Still always trying to keep them back and down so that they're not compressing. And take that right hand back up to the ceiling and then lifting with that right hand, using it to lead you back to standing. Turn both of the feet to the side of your mat, so the feet are parallel. And then turning your right foot to the back of your mat. Feet are perpendicular, heels are roughly in line with each other. Legs are nice and wide. Hips are squared out to the side. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling. So the left arm is alongside the left ear. And slowly slide the right hand down the leg as much as is comfortable for you, for your body. So you may stay up above the knee, finding a place where you have comfort, keeping the left arm alongside the ear and sliding down the right leg only as much as is comfortable. So feeling the stretch in the left side, strong feet, pressing into both feet as equally as you can. Press the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Lengthen the spine. Think about pressing the left hip back, reaching it back and away. And then leading with the left hand, reach up towards the ceiling and then lifting back into standing. Walk both the feet heel to toe towards each other. Standing in the center. And just ground yourself into your standing posture. Mountain posture. Spread the toes nice and wide. Strong feet, pressing into all four corners of each foot. Pressing into the pinky toes, into the big toes. Tuck the tailbone, lift the navel, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. See if you can be aware of a vector of energy as you press away from the floor. You're lifting up and away from the floor, lengthening out through the crown. Deep inhale, lifting up through the chest. Deep exhale, softening the shoulders. And come on down slowly to your stomachs. Prone Shavasana, lying on your stomachs. Turn your face to one side. Deep inhale and exhale. Feeling the body as it adjusts. Using the breath to exhale any tension. It's also helpful to sometimes take therapeutic breaths. So in through the nose and then sigh it out, and actually letting go of as much tension as you can on that exhale, that audible sigh. Turn the face to the left and another therapeutic breath. In through the nose, sigh it out. Slowly come up onto hands and knees. So we're going to take revolved child's posture or keyhole posture. Again, working up into the shoulders and the chest, the rib cage. Take your right hand out in front of you in the middle. Left arm threads under the right armpit. Left shoulder and head come to the floor the best that you can. Try to keep the hips over the knees. So if your hips come too far forward, you're going to feel all of your weight pressing down into the shoulder and head. Try to keep the hips over the knees, or even, you might even try bringing them down below so the knees are closer to your chest. Find a place where you have some relative comfort. Left shoulder's on the floor, head is resting on the floor. Start turning the right armpit towards the ceiling. And you can either keep the right hand up on the floor above your head, or you can take it up towards the ceiling. And think about stacking the right shoulder over the left shoulder. Or you can wrap that arm around the lower back, behind the lower back, binding the arm into that twist. Nothing sharp, nothing painful. Take rest in child's posture if anything doesn't feel right for you today. Opening the right armpit and shoulder towards the ceiling. You can press into the left arm for leverage, opening out to the right hand side. Deep breaths. This heart opening posture. Softening anahata, the heart. Fostering compassion for yourself and for others. Release that right arm, bringing it back to the floor. Unfurling the left arm, come back up onto all fours. Do a couple cat-cows. And then you're going to take the left hand out in front of you towards the center of your mat. Reaching it out in front, supporting. Take the right arm and thread it under the left armpit. Right shoulder and head come to the floor. And again, try to figure out where your hips are in relation to your knees, keeping them generally directly over the knees. And you can either walk those left fingertips further away from the head, opening the left shoulder and armpit to the ceiling. Or you can take the left hand to the ceiling, straight up, thinking about stacking the left shoulder over the right shoulder. Or you can wrap the left arm around behind the lower back. Press into the floor with the right arm, opening the chest to the left. Deepen the breath. Nothing sharp and nothing painful. Adjust the posture however you need to have a good level of comfort for yourself. If you feel too much weight going into the shoulder and head, bring the hips back a little further so that your knees are closer to the chest. So resting the hips back a little further if you have too much weight going into the shoulder. Breathe. Focus on the heart center, anahata. And release that left arm. Bring it back up overhead. Press up, unfurl the right arm, all fours. Do a few cat and cows. And then just sit to one side, turning over onto your back, finding your final Shavasana, lying on the back, letting the feet fall towards the corners of your mat, palms facing up a comfortable distance from the hips. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale, sinking into the floor. Every exhale, releasing a little bit more tension. Feeling the breath in the nostrils. Feeling the body get loose and heavy. Releasing any tension in the feet and legs. The hips and the thighs. The belly. The chest. The neck. Jaw. Soften the face. And the scalp.
Breathe in and breathe out by Dana Falls. Breathe in spaciousness and acceptance of what is. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in possibility and optimism. Breathe out fear and doubt. Breathe in ease. Breathe out the need to change the way this moment is unfolding. Breathe in the certainty that what we really are is so much bigger than pain and suffering. Breathe out limitation and conditioning. Breathe in divinity and openness. Breathe out a prayer of thanks that even in the midst of difficulty, there is awareness. Deep in the breath in the chest. Reach the arms up overhead, stretching thoroughly from fingertips to toes. And then hug the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Roll over to one side or the other, taking a pause, and then slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. Deep inhale, deep exhale. I invite you to join in 3 ohms to close our class. Inhaling together. Bring your hands together at the heart, soften the face, and slowly open the eyes. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace.